Yeah, so we're about to enter the seventh year where it's unlawful to go and sow and reap your fields. So you're not allowed to go out and do work for your own devices, for your own ambitions. You're not allowed to do that in the seventh year. What you're allowed to do is you're allowed to do God's work all year. Anybody that does anything other than God's work is going to get reprimanded or cursed and or cursed. It's really important, really important. It's for the earth, okay, but the thing is we're made of earth, okay. That's totally biblical. And the thing is earth is our earth. Earth is the earth. You're supposed to let the earth rest. Okay, you're supposed to meditate on how to become more holy. You're supposed to meditate on what God wants you to do next, and you're supposed to be ready for the the go command. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you're ruminating, you're doing research, you're getting set up because you know you have to do this thing, you just don't know when, and then it starts clicking together, and then he says go, and then you need to be able to switch gears and just pound it out like a ram, fucking going at another ram. Or you know, technically the Malachi thing, you know, it's like a calf coming out of the stall, but I'm pretty sure it's a ram coming out of a stall. More like you know, you see a horse rider bucking bronco, you know, or a bull rider. See that thing whip out of the fucking gate. That's what we're talking about. Uh, yeah. So replacement for UN, you have to have every male having attained 20 shall have issued land. A livable portion of land is going to change according to the environment and stuff, and as far as how much it is and in what shape and stuff, what kind of services are provided, but livable portions of land, everybody, whether you're 20 and over, deep psychological, pressure, whatever, dysfunction, maybe even disorder, uh, by not being connected to the land, right? Because you're made of land, but you're not connected, so you're just floating around like dust, not connected to the land, floating around. Can't plant your flag because you don't have land on which to plant your flag. You know what I'm saying? So that needs to be fixed. That's a fundamental psychological tenet of obeying the Torah. You're supposed to be growing plants. You're supposed to be making your land productive. You're supposed to be thinking about how to best use your resources, how to conserve, how to basically make it produce more, though. I mean, conservation is kind of like lame. You really just want it to continue to produce more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? You want to perfect everything that you can. You hire out botanists and stuff, get them in, give you pointers, and just apply one pointer, every week, every 2 weeks, every 6 weeks, depending on how drastic of a change it is, because you got to monitor results and make sure you're not fucking your shit up as you go, but, in the proper manner. It's totally possible for there to be super fucking experts in everything that you need to learn how to do to make your land operate. Then you can graduate from that. Let's say you're 25, 27 years old, 28 years old. You built your farm, homestead, it's running. You got contracts so that you can go out and take a vacation or whatever, and all your animals get fed and shit gets repainted and fixed and stuff if it breaks. So you set that up before you go on vacation. Yeah, let's say 25. You're pretty well set up, or you're cool to go spend a year some other place. Try to set something up there. Or maybe you're only gonna stay for a couple weeks. You're just gonna chill out there. You meet somebody else. Go over to Kenya or something. But But after you're established in this way, you know, by the time people get 30 years old, they've got some actual experience, and they can start getting trained up and start operating in higher level, you know, positions and stuff. Your brain is jelly before 30, and so it's important to expose it to a bunch of different good stimuli, but also some bad stimuli, you know, arguably bad stimuli, so long as it's productive, you know. Um, That'll level the playing field, okay? So then you got these guys that'll charge way too much for like various things that you just can produce yourself, or go 5 doors down and knock on a door and hey, they've got honey because they keep bees, and they've got leather supplies, and they sew a bunch of stuff up, and you know, so it's about being, you know, self-sufficient at the tribal levels. We're talking tens and fifties level. You want to be self-sufficient. Uh, for all the basic things. I mean, you really should. Yeah, 10. You should be able to get 10 people up and move and have all the resources. You know, if you were to uproot from here and then go to anywhere else with a similar climate, you know, because needs are going to be dependent on climate, but anywhere else with a similar climate, you already have a bunch of the infrastructure and machines and stuff like that to be able to get established with 10 people, or you know, 10 households is what it would be. Um, yeah, and so the I'm still working on it. Still working on it, but definitely Ezekiel 47 and 48, southern border, and so the 12 tribes are north of that. It doesn't really prescribe, I guess, what that southern triangle is for, unless we're gonna go pick up a prophecy about what would that be, Edom? I'm pretty sure that would be Edom down there. You'll figure out, you know, who technically has title to the land, or who has control, well, authority to decide who lives there and what goes on there, okay? But if it's permissible, then totally, I mean, the way I envision it, it's like a two-step program or whatever, and maybe like foreigners that are not within our gates, but they like are close, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, there's plenty to talk about on that. Uh, The important thing is to talk about it, you know. And so seventh year, and so bouncing and shooting and shit, get down. No, you know, can't be doing that. So there's gonna be severe penalties for bouncing and shooting and killing and shit. Uh, During the seventh year. Okay, now, so 1 year. You got the seventh year, the seventh month, the 10th day of the month, and that's when you announce that 6 months later you're gonna be running the Jubilee deal. So when you get ready and you do your Passover and you do your first fruits, and probably after your first fruits, you're gonna be going back to the land, unless really it would make more sense if you actually redivided in a lot of the land in the seventh month and the eighth month maybe and the ninth month maybe uh this year, or you know, technically next year, okay, but 24, right? uh Start allotting it in order that you can actually uh plant and stuff, right, in order to have your first fruits. Now, I'm not sure. Probably actually it's going to be because seventh year you're actually not going to have first fruits. It's going to be that which grows of itself. But I don't know. Maybe you can plant 6 months early, get a winter harvest. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. But bottom line is 25. Okay, so like up to 125. Basically, a year from now, we're gonna have definitely by then it's gonna be time to reallot land. So anybody that wants to get with the program, you know, every male 20 and above, okay, this gives an incentive for the females to find a male. Know what I'm saying? It raises the barrier or whatever. So the females are going to be able to see the males and how they handle their land. You know, they're going to have a chunk of land. It's like, hey, take me to your house. You go to dude's house and it's all fucked up and fucking divots all in the lawn and shit, or paint's peeling or whatever. It's like out. You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier to tell. You can tell a person way easy when they have a spot that's theirs and they get to do whatever they want with it. They're not hamstrung by having to pay, 40% of their income to rent, 50, 60% of their income, 70% of their income to rent. It's man. So 90 to rent utilities and food. Anyway, so rather than that, self-sufficient, you could judge the book and you have a bunches of people getting married at, 25, 24, 23 years old, 22, getting shacked up, maybe having some babies, maybe not having some babies for a couple years. Maybe you gotta go see the world or something. I mean, and you get your first year off too. So it's like this whole thing could be set up so that 25 and we're redistributing, and 26 rolls around, and that's the first, like, maybe, well, it isn't the second year, but it's gonna be the first year where you've been, so you're returning, first year returning to doing your shit, so it's starting to solidify that this is what you're doing now. Third year comes by, fourth year comes by, man, and that's the time to get married and start having babies and stuff, probably. There's gonna be some flux up until then and afterward, but 3 years, or the third year, the fourth year, it should be calmed down. Uh, but you might want to wait another couple years, right? Because baby in the womb, it's paying attention. Young baby, imprints on the brain, and that's lasting influence and stuff. So you want to make sure that it's nice and peaceful, and that you don't fuck up, what God gives you, um, right off the bat, because some fucking crazy war happens that you knew was about to happen, but you decided to chance it anyway. Like, I would say have some consideration, for your children. Yeah, you gotta have children in times of war too, but it's like, if you know that the time of peace is just a couple years down the pike, you don't need to be jumping the gun. Anyway, I think that's gonna be part 3. Oh yeah, I'll put the link for 𝔻𝕒𝕟𝕚𝕚, one in my hand, maybe the other one, I don't know, but definitely that one. And see what they got going on in the building here.